Hello. Last year at Communicate, David Attenborough was asked for the one thing that he would most like to leave behind from his lifetime's work. He answered that an appreciation that people feel part of nature. The event I'm about to describe aspires to communicate exactly that message. And hopefully it could be adapted in a number of ways by other conservation organisations. So how do we hope people feel part of nature? If only we could somehow travel back really far in time and actually observe our shared origins in nature. Well, I mentioned at this point that David Attenborough is a grandparent, and actually this is one very personal route to the past with which we can all connect. Consider briefly your own family tree, if you would, and hold that thought. We were asked to make this interactive, so I'm going to try this next bit. Now let's extend that thinking much further back in time. Posters were distributed to some of the tables. If you have one, please find it and be ready to make yourselves known. I'm going to count back in millions of years and see where this gets us. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 million years ago. Make yourselves known there somewhere, guys. Yeah, that's you. Wave and say hello. You are representing today, this table here, just represent, like a bit more noise from the next tables, please. You are representing our 250,000 great-grandparents, and that's perhaps what they might have looked like, something like that. Why have I chosen this particular group of ancestors? Well, because they share that ancestor with, we share that ancestor with a different group altogether, the chimpanzees. The chimps, there's no time for reflection here, I'm going to have to move on, so I've got to get 3,700 million years in about 4 minutes. So I'm going to move faster and move some juicy bits. So let's jump to 65 million years ago. Wow. That was a close one, folks, because that was the Great Cretaceous Extinction event. And we obviously, luckily, we made it through that one. Moving on. 310 million years ago. Oh, there's some noises over there. Yeah, very good. That's guys. Welcome there to our shared ancestors with the birds. Moving on again. 550 million years ago. Oh, there's some people waving over there. Hello to our shared ancestor with the butterflies. This is a large blue butterfly. We'll come back to that later. 1,000 million years ago. Oh, what a great noise that was. Our shared ancestor with the fungi there. And 1,100 million years ago. Hey, welcome there to our shared ancestor. Somebody had to be amoeba, and there's amoeba there. And so that's them. And now we're on to 1,500 million years ago. Yeah, now you guys are a shared ancestor with the plants. And moving on 2,000 million years ago. And you guys are a shared ancestor with bacteria and archaea. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, well, we're getting towards what Richard Dawkins has called the dawn of life. And if we went to 3,700 million years ago, we think that's roughly, very roughly, where with the dawn of life, the beginning of life, we might expect some primordial soup or something. Instead, you're going to see this picture of someone performing at a beach in Somerset. It's time for me to explain our little flirtation with time travel. And demonstrating our belonging and roots in nature can be attempted in 2 minutes, but Darwin's insight is a really big idea, and it takes much longer to settle in. So last May, we ran an event following a similar timeline to the one we've just done in the room here, but extended over 13 miles of footpath. Here is an Ordnance Survey map of the Quantock Hills, with Darwin's Tree of Life draped over its footpaths. Our event was inspired by Richard Dawkins' book, The Ancestor's Tale, whose foundation sponsored our presentation today. We'd like to thank them for that. And so we decided to call our event, after the book, The Ancestor's Trail. You can see there Darwin's profile, you can see a trail running up through the middle there, and you can see the dawn of life in his head there. Our brief today was to highlight some of the uses of digital media. This is just literally less than a minute of the video that we've got of last year's event. So if we could show that, thank you.
The Ancestors Trail is a secular pilgrimage celebrating our shared origins with all life on Earth. This year it took place in the Quantock Hills in Somerset, starting at the village of Kingston St Mary and finishing at the beautiful Kilve Beach. The complete route stretched for some 13 miles, but participants could join the walk at a number of rendezvous points along the way, such as here at the Bird and Reptile Trails, or here at the Butterfly Trail. These rendezvous points were designed to represent the evolutionary branches of Darwin's Tree of Life, and so as the walkers progressed along the route, they symbolically travelled back through time to the origins of life.
Okay. The next bits are really quite straightforward. We've got our website, which is nothing unusual there. We've got a Google map there, which shows the branches of Darwin's tree laid out over the hills. You can zoom in on the map, and you can see individual details about that, and everybody who joins in gets their name put on the trail they want to walk on. We included the arts big time. This is Baba Brinkman, who joined in our 2010 trail, who did some amazing evolutionary rap. And we also, this year, we decided to put far more arts into the trail, and we had a 20-strong choir. We had a fantastic singer-songwriter, who'll hear from in a minute, who sings fantastic science songs called Johnny Bellina. And we have one other really important dimension, which is that seeing as the Tree of Life is the ultimate source of all biodiversity, we decided to raise money for nature conservation. And this year, last year it was butterfly conservation, you could see there, that we raised money for. And this year we're looking towards work with the RSPB and the World Land Trust and trying to broaden it a little bit and look at habitat conservation. One last digital trick is adopted by our fundraising technique, which is using crowdfunding, which you may have heard of. And crowdfunding, people invest in advance of the event to actually get us to a point where we can run the event. If they don't invest enough, the event doesn't run, everyone gets their money back. And that way we managed to attract quite a lot of walkers. We were very fortunate that Claire Balding came last year from the BBC with a rambling show, and John Bridle spoke afterwards, as you heard earlier today, talking about biodiversity. The next trail is on the 26th of August 2011, and I'm now going to stop there, and I'm going to leave you with Johnny Bellina, who did a fantastic version of this.